Republicans, not only elected Republicans, but Republicans across the country oppose Joe Biden's agenda. But what's more telling is the reason why his agenda has been torpedoed this past week is because Democrats in his own party oppose his agenda, which has moved so far to the left. And for Joe Biden to say Republicans aren't for anything, let me tell you what we are for. We are for the Constitution. We are for lower taxes. We are for balanced budgets. We are for peace through strength and a strong military, not this weakness that Joe Biden has shown and is showing now when he essentially gave the green light to Russia to attack Ukraine, whether it was a minor incursion or not. It's still an attack on an ally and a partner of ours. He is unfit for office, but it is very clear what Republicans are for. And it's also clear that Democrats are for an agenda that is out of touch with the hardworking American people. We have crisis after crisis 1 year into Joe Biden's presidency, and there is a reason why his approval rating has fallen farther and faster than any other president in our nation's history. Well, he has allowed the AOCs, the Bernie Sanders, to pull his agenda so far to the left. Again, the proof is in the polling, whether it's the border crisis, whether it's the inflation crisis, whether it's the largest, as I said, tax increase in spending bill in our nation's history that he proposed, whether it's the federal takeover of our schools and this woke agenda, that is allowing the progressives to frankly hijack his presidency. And we are very excited as we head into November. The momentum is on our side. House Republicans are going to work very hard to earn the support from the American people so that we can be a check on this reckless administration. It's amazing how quickly things unraveled. It's been a disaster this past year. Look at the skyrocketing crime rates across the country, the number of homicides that have gone through the roof. In my own home state of New York, we see crime rates, let alone what's happening in New York City, which is an absolute disaster. We see that in Portland. We see that in Minneapolis and elsewhere in this country, in parts of California. This is part of Joe Biden's agenda. We see the inflation. We see the labor shortages. We see the unconstitutional mandates. So the list goes on. It's really crisis after crisis. And when I took over this job as the House Republican Conference Chair, I'll never forget, the New York Times said to me, well, you're talking about so many crises. Isn't that hard for the American people to understand? No, it's not hard for the American people to understand because they feel those crises every single day. And you can't create more crises. I mean, look at what's happening with another national security crisis. We are on the precipice. Inflation is higher than it has ever been in my lifetime. The American people deserve better, and House Republicans will make sure that we earn the support, as I said, to win back the House this November.
Well, a lot of pressure.